no drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex. Thumb down, now check. No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Now that 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. It's only 8 a.m. I don't do it for the ground. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Yeah, new Jeep, no doors with it. No, I won't stop now. Who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma send it. I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my...
Good morning all. Yes sir, yes sir. Hope we're all well. Let me fix this. Thank you very much. Happy Friday to all. A bit late today because I had to redo my whole streaming software because I got banned again. So, man, I don't understand, bro. What did I do yesterday? Like, come on. So I had to redo everything. It's such a headache. Now I'm banned again for another 6 days. I don't know. I don't know what to do. What a pain. Yeah, it is a pain. Morning all guys. TikTok? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Freaking banning me. I don't think I did anything bad, if I'm being honest. Yesterday, did we have any rants? No, no rants. I don't understand. The problem is they don't tell me why. If they told me why, at least I could learn, right? Yeah, that's exactly, man. That's the problem. Don't they tell you what you did wrong? No, they just ban me. So today is normally an NFP day, being Friday, but we don't have NFP. We don't have NFP. We have a bit of preliminary inflation expectations, nothing too crazy later on today. Having a look at price here, gold moving up nicely here. We just moved just pre-session here. Pretty early move, but man, this was a nice move here. Close above. What time was this? 8:45. Yeah, I wish I was at chart 8:45. Very clean close above. What's that? 50 pips stop loss. 30 pips to here. Break even there. And then 100 pips up there. Nice. So that's kind of the move that we've seen so far. Leading into London with already being there a push, and we've had 1 hour's pushing straight. So what we've typically seen in London is there's a potential right now for us to range until later. So we need to keep that in mind. Maybe it doesn't happen today. Seems to be some nice volume here, but you know, lack of pullbacks. So we're lucky actually that we have this one candle here closing bearish. If we didn't have this candle here closing bearish, it makes things really tough. So it's good we have that. Same on 15. We have this resistance here. Obviously buying above would be a continuation trade. Do I trust the continuation trade? Sometimes, depends on what scenario, but normally I would like to see a pullback and then we trade based off the pullback, right? So we see pullback back down, support creation, and then trade based off that. That would be better. Current 1 hour closed with a little bit of a rejection. No bottom wick on the current 1 hour candle here. Actually, there's a nipple wick only. It's better than nothing, I guess. And that's pretty much it for gold. So previous daily here closing bullish, and we have the previous 4 hour closing bullish. So that's self-explanatory. Bullish buyer session today, possibly tapping into this daily resistance as a max target for the, not max target, but a major target for the day, which we're pretty close to. So I would love a pullback so we can get further away for it and then take the attack towards the daily resistance. We can come back up here into the 4 hour resistance. Definitely not out of the question here. 30 pip range is not the biggest for what we've seen on gold. If we look at this stop loss here, would be about 40 pips. So prefer that pullback would be nicer. If we could breach past daily resistance, great. But let's just see how price action forms. Now DAX, something interesting. DAX is finally trying to break out here. We could have some very interesting move here. So let me run you down the analysis. Daily time frame here closing bullish here. Finally a breakout out of that daily resistance yesterday. 4 hour time frame closing bullish as well. Very clean setup one. I mean, this is like a, I don't know, this is like a clear as day breakout scenario. Full bullish bias. Looks juicy in my opinion. Now whether we get some sort of manipulation would suck, and I'll probably lose if price does decide to manipulate. But on a day like this, when we have 4 hour closing bullish, when we have daily candle closing bullish, for me upside makes sense here. I don't want to be a seller today. Although London can manipulate, we have seen it. For me, everything looks very bullish at the moment, and I just want to look for buys. So I'm going to be looking for buys. I'll try some breakouts today, possibly above this 5 minute here. Nice liquidity grab just came through here, and that's where my buys are going to come above, fill this wick, and then potentially fill into my box here. So we'll see. Potentially in 2 minutes we could close above here for the continuation. See how 1 hour close bearish here. So that's interesting to see. We have retested that 15. I did mark this previous 1 hour resistance here. We could have some headaches at previous resistances. But yeah, since at least we closed 1 hour candle bearish. Again, that's more of a positive thing because it's giving us some structure. It would have been worse if we came to the market and had nothing closing bullish. I mean, nothing closing bearish, no structure. Just now we retested this structure, so it looks quite nice. So if price does want to pull down, retest some of these deeper levels, no problem. Allow it to do so. I can take buys from deeper levels here. But today I'm pretty bullish on DAX, and just hopefully we get some London volume here to continue price. if my trading view will load. Would be helpful actually. That would really help if my trading view would load. Maybe everything's crashed. Am I still live? I think so. It seems like I'm still live. Not sure. Not many people speaking. Okay, Zoom is still running. Seems like YouTube is still running, so I'm gonna just assume that it is. And yeah, that's gonna be the plan today. That's gonna be the plan. This 5-minute candle not closing above just yet, so we'll wait and see what happens. But hey, it could do it in 30 seconds. Let's see if things want to get a little bit on the crazy side. YouTube good? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't think the 5 will close above here, but the next one has a chance, so we'll see. That's the plans for today, guys. Pretty simple, to be honest. Pretty similar between DAX and gold. But this is the first time we've had that daily candle breach this zone here. If we get volume today, there's no reason why we can't have a little bit more upside. At least to previous 1 hours minimum. Minimum at least to previous 1 hour, somewhere in this zone. And then with good volume, we'll push past it. 1 minute, yeah, I saw it. It doesn't look the best, but what to do? At least the spreads are being okay. Even check the 5-minute, Kareem. It's not even the best. How's your... Oh, that's nasty, man. That's a nasty candle there. Yep, unless DAX... And now the spreads are going a bit nuts. How's your guys' spreads right now? Mine just widened. How's everyone's spreads? Mine's back to normal now, but widened on that push. Now I'm back to 0.5. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying, man. How could we... 30-minute didn't give us a close above. 15 didn't give a close above. 1 hour candle close bearish. Not a setup 3 as well. Yeah, 4 hour time frame, maybe you just enter on a 4 hour. But pretty big stops, man. For actually 40 points is not too bad. But you have to do some business, huh? 40 points is pretty big these days. 40 points is pretty big these days. So we just tapped previous 1 hour, getting some rejection from it as we speak. Struggling there. We'll just have to see how this forms. What did gold spike with it? No. So this is just to do with DAX. Gold did not spike with it. Again, I'd prefer to see gold push down. Want to see what NASDAQ and stock market is doing. Stock market is also trying to push to a new high right now. SPX trying to push SPX at a new high. And then US 30 is more consolidating. So interesting. We're seeing stocks. So if the stocks do end up failing today and failing from up here, like we take liquidity from the highs on NASDAQ and fail, DAX will probably be pulled with it. So we have to be careful about that. So yeah, apologies for being a little bit late. Got banned on they don't tell me why, man. I just I'm suspended again, man. 6 days I'm banned again. I just don't understand why I keep getting banned. They need to tell me why they're banning me. What am I doing wrong? Literally every stream I get banned. And then it messes up my whole streaming software, man. everything gets messed up. I have to redo the camera, redo the settings, import new stream keys, remove dual output, all of this shit. Read their guidelines? What am I doing wrong with their guidelines, bro? It says no hate speech, nudity, racism, stuff like that. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Do you have a sign that says this is not financial advice? I notice a lot of ones that I've seen on TikTok do that. I do. Are you allowed to stream on other platforms that there's? Yeah, I see so many of the guys doing it. That's why I started. Swearing maybe? Yesterday I made sure not to swear. I do swear, yes, but yesterday I made sure to be on my good behavior. Have you ever considered to trade XAG silver? Yeah, it's a good pair to trade. Maybe there are people reporting you for some reason. That is true. That could be definitely a point. Yes. Definitely. But come on, like, why are you guys reporting me? One person will not be able to ban me. Cool, so we have a wick to fill right now and a second liquidity grab. Nasty, huh? Liquidity grabs once, second liquidity grab again. Really didn't like that previous 1 hour. Really didn't like it. So, didn't even close above, huh? This is why I like to personally trade on closures to avoid shit like this. At least it gives me probabilities to not get messed up on something like this. Gold trying as well. We'll see 2 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close here on gold. 1 hour is a bit scary, you know, not a bit. I think that's an understatement. It is scary, the 1 hour right now. It is scary. Honestly, very scary, especially because every time it pushes an Asian, ranges in London. Yeah, and then we push late London, right? Like yesterday, remember what I talked about the sells yesterday? They came again late, right? Remember I said we should see a sell move down? They came again. Only way to enter that yesterday was this. Even though it led for buys, right? Yesterday we were mixed biased. Or were we bearish biased? I think we were... No. Yeah, I think we were bearish biased yesterday. But I was looking for more sells. I do remember that very clearly. This is the only way you could have entered. Stop above here like this. Gave you a nice 1 to 2 here. And you have to ignore all this mess here. Honestly, I personally had an alert below 89. So I didn't see that one. That's why you didn't see me post this trade, because I put my alert at the break of this low here. And then I got triggered my alert, but obviously it's too late. So then I look back, I'm like, oh, that's a sneaky little close there. That's a sneaky little close. But you can see how the buys were just a mess yesterday until we did this big liquidity grab. And then it's still a mess because it's hard to get in with such a big candle. You have to trust a 58 pip candle, which obviously played out, but how do you know? So 50-minute close below, it's not a bad thing. Allows us more structure. Nice late setup. Yeah, that's what we're seeing in London recently. Later setups. I just hope DAX doesn't do this today. You know, we keep liquidity grabbing this new high now and then fail. Did you take US 30? Yeah, I traded US 30 yesterday. A little bit messy. Hey Harry, hope you're well. Good, thank you. Yourself, brother. Gold hold previous daily high nicely. I'm still looking for a retrace to join the buyers. Would be nice. Would be nice to have a retrace to join the buyers, but I wonder if it just wants to continue today. I wonder if that is in the cards, that we just want to just say, you know, fuck it, we're continuing, but don't know if I can trust that. But there is a 30 level right here as well. Let's check if the 1 minute rejected 30 level. Let's go put this here like this. Let's change this to 30. Boom. Now we can check where's the 1 minute? Yep. Yep. Makes sense. That's pretty cool. Don't you love price action? So 30 is a problem. We maybe need a close above 30 now, actually, since we have visible signs of rejection. Trading back to 30 will be an option, but above it, then we have this stupid daily resistance. We could look to push through daily resistance with volume. Definitely possible. Oh, DAX, what are you up to now? So the thing is, I don't trust this range because we could just do this liquidity grab again, but I would buy from down here somewhere. Down here, I'd give it a shot, and then if I'm wrong today, I'm wrong. I'm bullish bias on DAX. At least we're seeing some manipulation early. It's good to see it before we're in. At least now when I enter a trade, I can tell myself I've seen some sort of manipulation, right? We saw manipulation of the highs. We did one manipulation of lows here. Is 2 enough? We don't know. Maybe we need to do it back down to here. That's the third time is the charm. Worst comes to worst, we end up in a day like this. And then it's like, then you just cry yourself to sleep, you know? Liquidity grab here, fails to break out. Fails. It fails for one whole day, and then it comes back up again, fails, and now we're back to trying to break that level that we had yesterday. So today has to be the day. Don't let us down, DAX. Today is your day. Full margin Friday. Don't let us down. Daily bearish on GJ, 4-hour bearish. Bit of a bearish bias going on right here. See what 1 hour is saying. Pulling back on 1 hour now. Pulling back on 30. Yeah, pulls back into here, can take sells down. I would stay away from DAX until it gets going. Yeah, DAX is a bit of shit during London these days. And overall, you know, until this monthly finally gives us a candle pointing in one direction, either a nice resolution down or nice resolution up, it's not too interesting. So I've been putting my focus and practicing on NASDAQ in London. It seems good. Seems good, NASDAQ in London. But I'm still collecting data. Yesterday, unemployment claims came better. Bad for rate cuts? Exactly, you are correct. So whenever we see unemployment rates come better, it gives the Fed an opportunity not to cut rates. So yes, it does push back on that December rate cut bets and gives the Fed, hey, but it's mixed signals, because what happened? It's the same as before we had any news. What did we push? Well, on, I think it was Tuesday, we had some economic data come out that said Fed... not the Fed, sorry, the employment market is struggling a bit. That raised expectations to see a potential future rate cut. Then we get the news yesterday, and the news yesterday says that, no, actually, we had more positive news. So that positive news kind of balanced out the first news. So it's the same as before. Exactly, until monthly moves, all setups are 50-50. This aligns with your stats as well. You did it with GJ, maybe it's time to do it with DAX. Yeah, I think I was quicker to do it on GJ. Actually, yeah, I think I was quicker to do it on GJ than I am with DAX, because if you look, I've let my DAX win rate slip quite a bit here, 68%. Whereas GJ, at least I cut it when I kept it at least above 70%, but look how much DAX dropped. Remember, DAX back in the day used to be like 85% win rate. Used to be carrying us hard. So let that slip a bit. So yeah, that's why I've been looking at NASDAQ here. I've been looking at NASDAQ. I do like it. I do like it. Back in day 85, now 68. Yeah, exactly. Starting of the year, DAX was crazy. DAX will be like that once it gets going again. The minute you get one resolution candle to upside, the minute DAX gets upside or downside, as long as it resolves itself, it's gonna be back to absolutely killing it. So that's all we have to wait for. Just a resolution. GU is bouncing here, huh? Yeah. Again, Asian. This is a nice GU bounce in Asian. What time was this close? 8:15, yeah. Same time the whole market pushed up here, so that's telling me something to do with dollar, right? Dollar dumped, yeah. Dollar still dumping. Dollar has room to dump as well. Could give us gold breakout options here, actually, if dollar still has that room. Market seems to be following it, but look, gold is struggling. Interesting. Seeing dollar dump right now. Gold is kind of pushing back a bit. What do you think about standard deviation when setting up TP and SL? I don't like putting SLs by standard deviation. I mean, it's a technique, but personally, I think you can be more accurate than that. You can use it to help you, though. It's not something I've done too much with. Standard deviation is not a thing. The chart is not math. You got to learn to read the chart. Don't look for shortcuts. It's wasting years. Yes, in retail trading. People could study the chart using math, but the chart is not math. I think math helps at the chart, that's for sure. Two minutes. Harry, does Fibonacci tool really work? I mean, everyone uses it. It's a reference point. Fibonacci is a reference point. So you can draw fibs and you can find reference points. You could also do the same with support and resistance. You can do the same with volume profile. It's all references. Doesn't necessarily mean every time we tap the 6.18, press sell. So we might close above here. Stop loss on this candle would be 30 pips. We have a break even of 15 pips. Let's see if we can get a bottom wick on this next candle here. Or if the last 20 seconds it does something nasty to us and just rips. It's also possible, huh? I just needed to close above 30 on my broker. Right, we close above 30. No bottom wick just yet. Making a bottom wick. I'm gonna give it a short break of high after this bottom wick. Good bottom wick. I would only take if it retests something. Yeah, it's retesting this 5 now. Does that count for you? Or you want something bigger? Oh, this is a great bottom wick, this. I have bottom wick on 1 hour on my broker. It's just a nipple wick. I mean, if it flips after this bottom wick, I have no problems. I'm even going to put stop loss below wherever this bottom wick is. If it's going to stop here, I just keep it there. Save 2 pips because that's how greedy I am. I just hope it doesn't dump. So boring, man. If it just... Oh, man. Nice trade, brother. I didn't just hit stop loss, bro. I'm not even in the trade yet, so don't tell me nice trade and I'm hating on me. This is why I don't like putting the position. Let me write this. 30-minute close as well. Only thing I'm thinking in my head, can I buy this bottom wick? Because this, if this wants to continue up, but I needed to buy this bottom wick, I needed to retest down here. If it can retest into down here, then maybe I'll consider buying this bottom wick. Very tight stop loss here. Setup 7? No, kind of a setup 6. Then I'll half risk it because it's a little bit riskier. I'll half risk it, but then aim for 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Because if you have a position like this from down here, let's say you get in maybe here, then your stop loss is 16 pips, 16, 17 pips. Just to get back to where my entry is going to be of the first position, just my entry is already almost a 1 to 3. If we were to come back to daily resistance, which is like my target, then it's like a 1 to 3.5. Then if we extend it, you know, then it becomes silly. But I'll probably be out by then. So I need to see what type of reactions we do there. Right now, there's a hell of a lot of bearish pressure. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this order for now because it's too deep based on stop loss. Once it starts flipping, I'll have something like this. Can we have positions like this with strong bias? Well, that's kind of the point, right? Only thing I don't like is this big clean candles here. Are you scared not to enter without bottom wick? I do have a bottom wick on my 1 hour on broker. I do have a bottom wick. See? I mean, it counts. Not the biggest bottom wick, but it counts. How much setup models do you have? I'd say I use 3 main ones. I have 5. Five I would say that are standard, and 3 main ones. Yep, exactly. 125. The VIX is really down. I wonder that's important. Do I have it here? Yeah, I have it. I mean, it's important in general. I need to go back and I need to check every time the VIX is on the floor, what are the markets doing? Like Thursday, August 2025. I need to correlate these because I think it's more complex than just, you know, like what's happening in these periods and stuff like this. DAX here, potential close above 1 minute 46 seconds. Can she do it or will she blast? What are your bets? Being nasty, it's gonna blast. Might not even close above here. 37 seconds, we have to see. I'm ready if it does. I know my DAX, don't speak too soon. I need to tell DAX to get its act together in 10 seconds. Oh, how boring, bro. How boring. Right, we have to wait 4 minutes for the... How boring, man. And, whoa, we need to be careful as well. Let me show you what happened on broker just now. We need to be careful because look at how this gapped up here. So we need bottom wicks first because this gapped up heavy. So if we're waiting for closures, we always need to wait for bottom wick so that we don't get, you know, press enter and then you get a gap. Otherwise it's dangerous. It's a nice bottom wick, but didn't close above on my broker. So I'll wait 4 minutes for the close. Man, DAX is it's pretty nasty. I don't know if I even trust the close, man. 15 minute, where's stop loss? Below the 15. Maybe this 5 we can get away with as well. Below the 15 is only 13 points. You remember DAX? Who remembers DAX back in... It was 24, right? Early 24. Who remembers DAX back then? Who's the OGs who remember DAX back then? Back in 24. We were trading ranges like 13 points, 12 points, 10 points, 15 points. And then DAX 25 went crazy. DAX 25 went crazy. Then we started to like reach 100 points on DAX. It should be in journal, right? 24 DAX. Let's see. Man, so much GBP, JPY. Here, DAX. Look, 19 points, 11 points minus, 22 points, 26 points, 11 points. And then look, as we come 25, boom, 64 points. Starts to get way bigger. 50 points, 30 points, 50 points, 100 points. Oh no, that was gold. 80 points, DAX, 60 points. Why is everything pumped in Asian? Welcome to what's been happening. Normally we'll get a later move, maybe in the next hour. So all we have to do now is set a plan to make sure we're ready for the next hour. That's normally what's happening. Hour and a half from now, we're seeing a move. See what gold is doing in the meantime. Gold has just said, okay, I'm bored. Gonna take out the high and not really do much. We are tapping my zone though. We are tapping my zone. Face it, anti-cheat. What's going on? Connecting. Thank you very much. What's going through in my mind is maybe a buy above this 5-minute high. But I don't think it's going to make sense if this 5-minute close is bearish. So then a close above here to tap into the highs would be the plan. Even a 1-minute breakout close could work. Do you trust 5-minute setups on gold? It's not based off the 5-minute. That's my point. This is a 30-minute setup one that hasn't broken the high, no top wick. So if we were to start getting back above, I'd expect it to flip. If it doesn't, then no. If I'm just basing it off the 5, no. I mean, this could be the deeper retrace we need. Remember, this is creating one big LTA. We could create a nice fake out trade, grab liquidity from downside, close back in the range and drive back up. Drive back up. So it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, not an immediate situation. 39 seconds for the 15-minute close. Unfortunately, it looks like we're getting a bad result here with the 15-minute close. Forming some range here on DAX. I'm gonna go come back for NY. All right, man. Take care, man. See you, NY. Break, pullback, support, test, inside bullish bar, now hesitation, fun times, brother. Which inside bar, bro? Which hesitation do you have? I'm not hesitating. I don't have a setup. 5 minutes bearish. DAX is stuck in a range until something closes above here. I'm not ready to go. Not you, the candles? Oh, I thought you were talking, I'm hesitating. I'm like, sometimes I might, but not in this case. Yeah, the candles are, yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. A bit painful. Have you taken any trades? Not yet, we're waiting. So I really don't like to take a buy from up here right now, and unless this grabs liquidity. We need this to grab liquidity, come down to somewhere here maybe. Even if it does that, it's fine. Or this, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Is there any future prop firms that let you trade DAX? No, but I would, if you're on futures, I would just then trade NASDAQ. Just learn NASDAQ a bit. I'm planning to switch to it pretty soon. Not from DAX, I'll still trade DAX, but until DAX gets going again, I'm looking at NASDAQ in London. I mean, today is not a great example. It's not on its best behavior, NASDAQ. But if you're on futures prop firm, that would be the best scenario. Today we have a cloudy day here in Dubai, no sun. Very interesting. First time we've had a cloudy day like this in a long time, actually. Long time. What's temperature? Let's have a look. Should be like 28, 27. Does it rain? And are you a citizen of Dubai? I'm a resident of Dubai. Dubai does not give citizenships. I correlated VIX so that you won't spend time with it. Nothing to do with your trades. Okay. Thank you. Fair enough. Dubai doesn't give citizenship? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. So your passport is in UAE? No, I have a British passport. I'm born there. I'm born here in Dubai. They still don't give it to you. Oh shit, this is... Means UAE have no passports? No, if you're local though, you have a... Even if your mother, you have to have a father who is local to be able to get a local passport. If your mother is local, they still don't even give you a passport. Can you believe that? What about adopted? No, you won't get the passport even if you're adopted. Are both your parents from England? Yes. Actually, my mother's more Irish, but she grew up and was born in England. You ever get tired of talking about Dubai? No, I love it. Actually, people don't ask me too much questions about Dubai. You can ask more. I'm your best chance to find the real information. Bro, did I get flagged with my comment? I only said women don't count. No, I didn't flag you. Maybe YouTube did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to see you. I can't flag. I can only ban. You want to see how it is to get banned? I'll show you. I can do this type of ban. See? Now you're banned. For 1 minute though. So you have a 1 minute break. You have tested the Abu Dhabi track? No, I'm planning to go on it. The problem is I've been really focusing on the one here. Because to prepare for events, you know. But when you go test the new track, you know, you need to learn it, of course. And honestly, they're full. A lot of them are full. How much it costs to rent a track? Track days are like $250. Not that bad. Not that bad. Obviously, you bring your own car and stuff. That's where the expensive is, tires and stuff like that. They gave Khazmat, yes, they give some people. Can you take your bike to the same track? Yeah, of course they do bike track days, but I'm not interested in bike track days. I don't need to learn a whole new discipline just yet. TP hit? TP hit on what? What did you take? Will we close above here? 7 seconds, guys. Lock in. 4, 3, come on. I still have my order here ready. Oh, man. That's such a party pooper, man. I told everyone, but I was banned? Shit. Does it tell you how long you're banned for in chat, or does it not tell you? We have previous 1 hour on gold. Could we buy back up to retest? Yeah, we could retest, but we need a support candle. We need a support candle to form. So most likely this 1 hour is going to finally close bearish. London's going to continue down maybe, or consolidate a bit more. And then we create support to continue back up. Honestly, stay away for DAX for this year, not behaving. Yeah, until we get a monthly resolution candle, it's been a bit messed up. But I'm actually looking at an end of year swing trade right now. I need to do a little bit more research, but I'm really eyeing out this swing trade here on Euro and ZD. I like where we're coming to. We've been bullish all year. I just looked at Euro futures here. If we look at Euro USD, still in positive bullish fashion. So I quite like this, man. I quite like this. Euro is highly tied to what? UK rush? Yeah, not UK, sorry, but you know what I meant. The thing with swing trades is kind of, you can't really predict those events, but, you know. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in Euro USD. I mean Euro NZD. All right, 1 hour is about to close bearish here. So this looks like a fake out setup at the meantime here. We have this, actually no, it's about to close bullish potentially. 15-minute closing back in the range, potentially. I wonder if this is going to be enough to take a fake out buy. Oh, hello DAX. Open setup, guys. Let's see if we can get an open setup. Wow, wow, wow. Maybe. If we make a good bottom wick, it's possible. It's possible. Be ready, be ready. Where's SL? You should know the answer, right? You've studied. Where do you think SL would go in this type of position here? If we're entering here, where do you think is logical SL? Could blast last second? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Exactly what it's doing now, piece of shit. But we need a deep look on the open, guys. On the open, On the open, there's a chance it's just a mess. So don't expect, but if we open and we start pushing down first big bottom wick, yeah, I'll enter break of high. Right? So if on the open we start pushing down big bottom wick, I'll enter break of high. Maybe we don't even close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not entering. My spreads have just gone nuts, bro. Look at the size of my spreads. Hello. Are you mad, DAX? I can't enter. Even if we... Whoa, look at the size of the spread, bro. Holy shit. And it didn't even close above. Man. X this pair, bro. Now it settles, bro. And it didn't even close above. How boring, man. After all that, DAX, all that drama, it still doesn't close above. Man, hates this 1 hour. Take me to US 30 open today. Just take me now to US 30 open. Let me trade that, please. Instead of dealing with this bullshit. Holy crap, man. I can't trade Euro NTD spreads too high on your broker. What's too high? What does your broker spread have? Typical for DAX tricking in buyers? Yeah, the ones who don't wait for close. Fucked. The problem is yesterday we saw the same thing, but it didn't resolve. It just went to shit. So it's looking a bit like that today, man. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man. Because look, it's looking like yesterday. And yesterday was just a nightmare. Look at that nightmare. Are you a ladies' man with that big bankroll? Big bankroll doesn't make you a ladies' man. It makes you a man slut, because all you do is pay your way. You're basically doing prostitution without agreeing that you are paying a prostitute, because essentially you're attracting women who are just interested in your bankroll. So it's the same as going out, finding a prostitute and paying for that. It's the same thing. It's just done in a way that doesn't feel like it. So you can psychologically tell yourself that, no, I'm not, you know, it's a real relationship. That's the real way. So no, I do not want women accepting me for my money instead of accepting me for an actual honest relationship, because they need to add value to my life. Because honestly, if you just wanted to do business, you can do that with money. Not something I'm personally interested in, but others are. But they don't want to accept the fact, you know. If you're some billionaire and you have like a chick, like, I get it. There are some women who, you know, you can see them marry the men for the money. But those men don't really care. They know what they're in for. But honestly, it's a little bit of... and you see, it's sad on both parties, man. It's sad on both parties. Because those men don't really get to experience a relationship that is something worth having, of a natural occurrence that has been going since the age of time. And one of the reasons me, you, and everyone watching the stream is here. But it's also sad for the women, because these women float around in their 25, 26, 27 when they're young, pretty, and their looks don't always last. And they're going floating around with all these influential men. Maybe they're the side bitch of this one, side chick of that one, blah, blah, blah. And then come 35, when they realize the value of having a strong family, kids, and being tight-knit together, all the good guys are gone. And now they're just stuck with that same party. So I've seen many women just depressed, and then they just live life being this float around. It's so they have to, at a young age, make sure they're making smart decisions. Man, this DAX, I swear, if this DAX does this anymore, I swear I'm going to... DAX is the exact same as these women. Guaranteed. Right now, what you're witnessing is a trading pair that is exactly like these women. That is exactly what you're looking at right now. So if you tell me you enjoy this right now, if this is fun, then by all means, put your money in this. Enjoy wasting money. Sometimes you'll get happy, and sometimes it's gonna mess you up. I'm sure I saw you at 5 at the weekend. Shh. Be quiet. And why were you there, huh? If you saw me. Works both ways. Man, 5. Disaster. I attempted to take it on 15, took it, but wrong lot size, didn't open. I don't know if that was a blessing or a curse. Was it a 1 hour setup too on DAX? No. It was a mess on DAX, that's what it was. Even if you take it here, break of this high, then you're putting stops below here. You don't even get even close to 1-to-1. Here you can't enter on open because of the open spreads were like massive, so impossible to enter. I was serving you? No. Put himself to the... Whoa! Look at US 30 is sleeping fully. Good night. You don't agree with 15 minute? I agree, but how you could enter on the open, man? Open was too whack. 15 minute close above here. Simple setup, right? Maybe on reflip you entered, right? Once it made that deep bottom wick, then reflipped. But again, that stop loss kind of sucks, right? That 27, but it's worth a shot. Oh, almost gave it, yeah. After bottom wick done, reflip. Yeah, I guess it's an idea, yeah. I just don't like how it's reacting at that 1 hour. It hates the 1 hour. Because it broke the high first, then flipped from the 1 hour. What is this on? On NASDAQ? Close above here, you went break of high. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. That looks good actually on NASDAQ. Let's have a look on NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks a cleaner move. So you had this 5 minute candle close above. Next candle broke the high, entered the trade. Stop loss below the lows. Almost got stopped out. A bit sweaty, but survived. 7.5 point stop loss. Wow, that's a nice almost 1-to-2 on that one. That's nice. I like it. Yeah, great. What a nice 1 minute candle. Look at DAX, man. I'm telling you exactly. Look at unbelievable. So you have to find yourself a solid woman, someone who's gonna support you and you support them, and then that's the best way, man. NAS in London? Yeah, it's great in London. Just been back testing it. Can you break down /LE? Donate on the stream and you can get whatever you want. You want to ask me to break down stuff? There's a little money button. Press the money button. You can send super chat worth upwards of 2,500 dirhams. So if you want to send 2,500 dirhams, my starting bid here, if you want me to tell anything, look at this. I can even gift myself. So if you want to, in 5 hours, for 5 hours, your message gets pinned. 2,500. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. That's how we're working right now. London chart's not helping me, so donate. 2,500. Way on. That's too cheap. I need more. It's okay. Start with 2,500. Send that first and we can discuss more. I have PayPal, Stripe, UAE bank account details. Ready. Happy wife, happy life, as long as you buy a Gucci, Cartier and a Porsche. My card only allows minimum purchases. No problem. Just send first 2.5k. Then we can discuss. I'll send you now in your WhatsApp my bank account details. $680 for us Americans. Yeah, it's a good start. Don't donate, you'll send them back. No, last time, who remembers that stream a while ago where this other streamer just started spamming me and spent $1,000 on stream? Who remembers that? Who remembers that streamer who he spent $1,000 on stream, man? I remember that. He was getting attention. That was fun. Man spent $1,000 of donations. Only OGs will remember that. Only OGs will remember that. I think Bentley was there that time. And then we donated it. Remember, we donated it. Man, what are you doing, DAX? Hello. What are you doing, DAX? I'm tempted to aggressively enter DAX, but I don't know how much I trust it, man. I guess DAX plays the 4-hour S1. I think so, man. Just avoid this lower time frame drama. Say, screw it. 40-point stop is not mad, right? In the big thing, but yeah. Then it hits it. I think so, man. I think you're not wrong. How did you enter into trading? Man, I started on the streets, and I had nothing to my name. I was just someone, on the streets in Dubai. Very hard to live on a city on the streets. And then all of a sudden, there was this people called IM Academy. And they told me if I invest $100, I could make up to $1,000 a week. And I was like sold. And some guy wearing, really tight skinny jeans, and, was showing me all how he makes hundreds of thousands per day on the phone. And I thought, that's it, man. Has to be easy. Of course, this is my way out. So I joined that. And then, after that, I joined that and I was still on the streets. But then all of a sudden, I became rags to riches and bought a Lamborghini, and that all happened once I sold my course for $899. So I sold a course for $899. I never knew how to trade, and I did that. Sold a course for $899. Sold it to 50,000 people and retired rich. So now I don't trade. I don't do anything. How many people do you think believe that? People in chat are actually acting like they believe that. Beautiful. I know, right? 100% believe that? Come on, man. Don't tell me that. No, my story is simple. There's podcasts about me. If you want to watch it, watch the podcast. Just type in YouTube Tradesharpe podcast. If you type Tradesharpe podcast, there's a few podcasts. There's this podcast here. That's an old one. There's this podcast here. That's not going to talk about my story. And what type of image of me they put, man? Look at my face. There's some other podcast, man. But essentially, yeah, essentially, I started because of crypto, man. I started because of crypto. Geo setup 5. Yeah, that would be nice if we could close above. It would work. I don't know why I'm looking at DAX, man. I mean, look at this. Even the 4-hour, you're struggling, man. This, I'm tempted to counter transcend this. I'm tempted to send this counter bias. Yeah, I'm tempted for the sells on gold. Seems logical. Retrace some of this move, but can we trust no bias? Man, it's so hard to be born in India. Here, average salary is $200 per month for 10 hours job. Can you imagine? I can more than imagine. And that's why you're probably still broke, is because you complain about it. You have to realize here in Dubai, there's people working 16 to 18 hours. The people who clean my gym, have a 12-hour shift, 2 hours drive there, 3 hours to 4 hours drive back because of traffic. They get paid $250 a month. That's how much they get paid, $250 a month. Should I sell gold now? Yeah, we didn't tap it yet. Aren't they all hostages? No, there's only some of that, but that's not... Any trades so far? No, you take anything? Waiting pullback for buys on gold? Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I actually was considering taking this on the flip and break the high. But, you know, the problem is today I'm more bullish on gold, you know? That's the problem. DAX, what is DAX? The DAX, my God, man. Is this worth it right now? $41 for this 5 to close. See if we get some DAX volume. 1 minute change of structure. Let's see if we get a bottom wick. There might be a shot here. There might be a shot. There might be a shot here with 17 point stop loss. It's possible. 5 minute close as well. Give me bottom wick. Okay, limited. Actually, looking at broker, it gapped up though. It gapped up on broker and then it formed a wick. But I wasn't sure what to do with gap up. Here we don't have a wick. So do gap ups count as a wick? I need to figure that out. I don't think gap ups count, man. Yeah, now it should come down and it just made a deeper bottom wick right now and flipped bullish on my broker. That's the nasty part. Man, I don't know why it couldn't just give us something to here. This is what I was talking about, breaking this high here, sorry. And then we trade back up. But you kind of just have to go and then stop loss here. And then boom, you hit TP, see? Very nice. But then it gapped up on broker, man. I don't know. I think you can just ignore these gaps these days because there's quite a few gaps here. But you have to be fast. I didn't trust the bottom wick. I don't think it's about trust. It's just about you have to be fast. Like have the order before the candle closes and just put it in there. I mean, if I talked about it, no one would have been able to catch it with me for sure. Unless you had the order ready. Yeah. Then immediately rejects. All right, I'm out. I'm coming back for New York session. Gold, maybe later we can get some buys in the next. Problem is we didn't really retest much here. But I mean, gold buys could work here in the next 15 minutes. But London is nasty. We don't know if volume is going to come in. Normally volume is coming in the next 1 hour. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. 50 for 30 pips. And I'll see you guys on Monday, all right? Show up for Monday. I have an announcement on Monday. So yeah, take care all. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll post all my NY trades if I take any in the chat in the group. So make sure to check that out so you learn. NY is performing nicely. On Monday I'm gonna start stream 30 minutes later because unless I see when I come to the charts that there's a nice setup, I'm gonna start 30 minutes later because really the first 30 minutes of Frankfurt Open is doing nothing. So I feel I can show up later to the charts. So I'm gonna do that. So we're not just hanging around. All right. So catch you guys there and have a good weekend all. Cheers. Peace, peace, peace.